Today
Now
on
turn up.
Tracking Cases. Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for being over here. Thanks for paying attention, tuning in to what we got to say. I mean, it's been a good turnout. I hope that everybody enjoyed the video of what we could put out from the searches that we've done. I mean, we just gave you kind of the bare minimum, but we thought that it was going to be something just to give you a little bit of insight on what we do. This was kind of a last minute thing. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to answer any questions that anybody had. Allie had to work today. I had some stuff to do on a vehicle, and that's, I kind of come in here at the last minute and put this together. But guys, thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all the new subscribers. We're at 7,500, and I never expected it to be growing that fast. Guys, y'all are awesome, and we appreciate you so much. And you're all, pretty much every bit of the comments have been uplifting and respectful, and we greatly appreciate it so much. Basically, I just want to talk about some stuff and go over it. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's called Searching for Summer Wells. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the release from the TBI today. Basically just giving y'all some insight and talking about what Nita Diver has been doing and, the great things that are happening. So, this has been, it's been interesting. And, I'm just going to tell you, there's hope. There is hope. Don't give up. Good things are happening. Good hope. Good. I mean, it's been mind blowing. And, like we said on the video last night, those little things, if y'all saw the end of the video, that little green, out of all the dead leaves that were on the ground, that little green leaf that Allie found that was in the shape of a heart, it was, those are the things that keep us going. Those are the things that keep us, having drive to continue to do the same things. It's little things. That's God saying, hey, I believe you're on the right track. I don't know what, hold on. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there is power in the word of Jesus. That's right. Thank you, Versi, so much for that. We appreciate it. I want to put this up right here. Basically, so we're going to talk about, the reasons why certain things can't be shown on, if you have video footage that shows a certain location, hints like, guardrails, road signs, vehicles in people's driveways, houses. You can't show those things. You can't show interstates, just any kind of like tunnel system, anything like that, because if that's cleared and and best believe people that do bad things watch to see what people are doing and what they're looking into. So if they say that a certain area is cleared, there's a potential somebody could move evidence to that area after it's cleared. You have to be very, very careful, very, very mindful of what you put out. And that's why we're very careful. You have to look at how you handle evidence. Even if your most best bet is when you see evidence, you back out from it, you photograph it, you flag it, and basically then go from there. And if you have an anthropologist, somebody that is very familiar with the human anatomy or anatomy in general, that can show you the difference between remains, whether it be human remains, animal remains, you send that off and you get a verification before you touch anything, before you check that box and say that it's not viable to the investigation. We waited a long time. A lot of that footage was from months ago. That's why we wait, make sure that everything is cleared. Everything that we find gets turned over to law enforcement. Everything that we find, little, big, maybe not think it's important, maybe think it is, it needs to be put to law enforcement. That's why we're going to go over a lot what the TBI issued today, what they said about things, and what they're doing. It's an active investigation. I mean, agreed. Right here, I'm gonna put this up, and you'll have, that's why from now on, with any kind of searches and stuff we do, you sign a consent form that you can't release footage, that you can't put anything out until it's cleared by certain people. That's why that's very important. That's why we don't do that. That's why we can't go that route. Um, it doesn't matter who filmed it, who did what, who did this, because when you go into it, you say, "Hey, this can't, this is an active investigation." You can't talk about that stuff until the right, I guess, parameters and the people go over and look at that. And I feel it keeps, I guess, a good thing for us that makes us feel good, as far as me and my wife, is our integrity is shown through things that we do. uh, People have trusted us to go into certain areas knowing that those locations will never be announced again, they won't be talked about. uh, you know we take, if you take a picture of the woods. let's see let's see, hold on a second, I saw something. Yeah, exactly. We're going to go over that. That's why we don't release misinformation or anything. We give you bare minimum. We are working, like we said, along with private investigators. We have correct people that are trained to do what they're supposed to do. Sorry, I was trying to read that long comment there. Yeah, we're going to go over all that. We're going to read exactly what they put out, and we're going to talk about it. The people that, there's been things that have been put out online that are completely outlandish, saying things about, uh, uh, it's just crazy, and I know that it takes away from their investigation with stuff, and we have to be very, very, very careful with that. Kind of lost my train of thought, but like if you're in the middle of the woods and it's just trees and brush and stuff like that, that's really, you're not giving away a location. Every mountain around here looks pretty much the same. It's brush, leaves, trees, and briars and stuff like that. You got to be, it's just very careful of what we do. But that's I appreciate, actually we're going to talk about what I said about the TBI and what they put out and what they said, because uh they're basically saying be careful of what you're putting out online, and they're looking into it. And that's what, and I told my wife, I said, that makes me feel good. You don't have nothing to worry about. You don't have to worry about backtracking and saying you didn't do this and you didn't do that if you handle everything correctly, if that makes sense. Um, Guys, I know we only got 132 people in here. That's okay. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you coming and caring about what we say. I know this is probably a time people are eating. I guess, what time is it here? It's 5:38 here where I'm at, Eastern Standard Time. So people are probably eating supper and doing their thing. And but I just, as far as, even when you treat people humanely and you treat people with respect, anybody you come across, you don't have to go back and say you're sorry, or you don't have to go back and say, "Oh, I should have been nicer to them," if that whatever comes out. Um, that's why the reason we handle ourselves the way we do, and we appreciate all you guys. I could have never thought that anybody really cared what I had to say, what Allie had to say. So it means a lot. So it says a lot from you guys. It really is uplifting. Let's see how I'm all about. Hey guys, so happy I got to catch a live. Guys, it's 4:30 where you're at. Let me read here. I don't want to miss anybody's. I kind of put it on slow mo, but I took it down to 30 seconds in between stuff so that I can be able to answer everybody. Let's see. I don't know what you're with Jeannie Barub. I think it's how you say. I don't know what you're referring to there. Hey, Jackie Blue, thank you for becoming a member of our channel. We really appreciate that. And yeah, no problem. We're always going to give you facts, and we do stand behind law enforcement that you get that information from them. We have said things about, why would they put out saying there doesn't need to be water doesn't need to be searched, that she's not in the water. But that's understandable. Anybody's going to question that. How can you make that claim? But there is, I can state for a fact the dive teams are here and they're doing what they said they're going to do. They've been working. They were smart. They said they ain't going to be here for a while, but they were here. They don't tell anything that they're doing when they're doing it. That's the same reason why we do that. We're not going to say when we're going to go search or when we're going to do this or when we're going to do that, because when you do that, you got to, what's the phrase? Loose lips sink ships. That's true. I mean, you got to be very careful. And yeah, thank you so much. Let me see here. Nurse Rojo. Let's see here. Are the TBI's media search warrants new, or are they referring to ones that were executed months previously? I actually I was talking to Chasing Truth about this, and I said, I want to get your opinion on that. And she was like, she thinks that they were talking about social media in the past and data that they got search warrants through, I guess, people that are suspects, things like that. I don't think it's referring to anything with just anybody. It could be. Now we don't know. That's they can do whatever they want to, and they should. That's why you have to that's why you have to be very careful about what you say and what you put out and what you do on here. That was a very good question. Thank you for answering that or asking that and letting me answer that, because I just actually called her and I said, you are a very smart woman and I want your input on this. She's been very helpful and I appreciate her so much. She shared all of our videos for us. She stands behind what we're doing. I really trust her and I trust her opinion. Hey, Love and Malta, how are you doing? Let's see. Yes, if you do things right the first time, always, then you don't have to correct it. Thank you, Paula Rogers. It's true. Oh, you know what, Ohatu? You are a member here. You really are. Just because, that's why we try to treat everybody, subscriber, member, the same. We try to give you all the same information. Every once in a while, we'll give a little something ahead of time and then we'll release it to everybody. But, we try to treat everybody the same here because, nobody's better than the next person. Everybody gets the same treatment here on our channel, and we really stand behind that. Yeah, this Project of Innocent, thank you for stating that too. I believe they were showing where they were answering questions from the beginning. I believe that as well. Okay, let me go into the next thing. Let's see what you guys have such good questions, and it's good to be able just to answer what you want to know. And I'm going to pull up in just a second the whole thing from the TBI. I want to talk a little bit more about kind of the things we were doing. And, if you saw in our video from last night, if you haven't seen it or if you have seen it, we came across that area that I showed with the bags of with animal bones in them. It looked like maybe poacher kills or somebody that they were young deer, and we've come across 2 or 3 bags of them. So we had to verify that. That was a crazy day. And when you come across something like that, I mean, your heart does sink. You're like, please, please don't be what you think the worst. So when it got cleared that it wasn't, that's why that's a sigh of relief. But yeah, that was a crazy day for sure. No, thank you. You both worked so hard. I'm so proud of you both. Thank you. Let's see. Cracking cases, I heard you mention. I only got a little bit of that. I hope to you. Let me see. No, it was not the one in Knoxville. I can't disclose which one that is. And I have said that, but that's what I mean, an anthropologist from the same thing, from a body farm. That's where you get verifications from that stuff. Yeah, and this right here, Jackie Blue with Trace Labs, though, that is the PIs. They get all the credit for that. They are the ones that fought to get them to pick up this case. We were so happy and we were elated to hear that because I mean that's a big deal. You got these people; they come in and they are um, awesome on the internet. These guys can get in there and find if there's something on there, they'll find it. So there's a lot of things coming together, a lot of good things. Let's see here. Thank you, Lori Rogers. We try to because we're gonna keep it 100% about her. She she is the most important thing in this. Nobody else. Yes, and her brothers are very important. They're going through a hard time. Parents are important, but Summer is the most important. That's what we are. That's what keeps us going. We want to find answers for her or find her in general. And there's a lot of good things coming to light. That's why I say, guys, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. I mean, new things every day. Let's just pray before the snow hits, before all that comes here, because it's on its way. Winter is upon us, guys. It's here. The time is now. We're putting in the most efforts and the hardest efforts right now. Is it's been 100% people trying since the get go, but right now people are really uh, gearing in to try to bring some answers to this before the snow falls. Um, I don't even like to think about that, but we're really praying that some good things will come of that, of this search before that. Hopefully, Helen Barnes. That's a big statement. Yeah, that's a little too much. You can't say that. You don't know that she's not out there, and there's not evidence in those woods. It's not about just saying that you can. That's a big statement. That's the things we're talking about. You can't say that she's not out there in those woods, or that there's not evidence out there. These woods are humongous. They stretch forever and ever. And you get to a little part of it, and then you have a property line. Then you have to go through asking for access to private property that way. That was a big statement to make, and I don't think that anybody can say that. Um, there's just too much, and unless you know the specifics of stuff, you can't really make claims like that. I'm sorry, but that's have to say that. Yeah, that Queenie. Yeah, this is true when we were talking about. And I'm sorry if I'm just now getting to these because I'm just now seeing. I told you I have it a little bit on slow mode so I can see everybody's questions. That's why we said it's a poacher thing. People that it looked like a dump site, somebody trying to hide that from taking it and registering any deer kills uh, with a game warden. That's what I think we came across. Thank you, Jamie Howard. And yeah, Chasing's awesome. Gray Hughes is awesome. Those channels are really about facts and doing the right thing. Um, Gonzo's all about that. He's amazing. There's some other channels if I'm left out. I'm sorry. I wanted to give a shout out to Michelle After Dark. She gave us a shout out the other night. Sent some people over here to see what we were talking about. Thank you for that. Um, I think it was Michelle After Dark, or she changed her name to Michelle Walking or something. I can't. I hope I'm saying that right. But guys, y'all that came over from there, we appreciate you and thank you for being a part of our channel. Yeah, Martina, I am. I'm ignoring, but I will answer any question. All opinions are allowed here. That's why my mods don't block people up for it. I'm open to answer anybody's questions or opinions. It's just, like I said, we're going to treat everybody with respect. As long as you're tactful and respectful about things you ask, that's okay. It'll be allowed. But, yeah, this is the problem when you make claims like that. When you say that 100% that somebody did this or somebody did that, that's not our job to do that. That's law enforcement's job. Nobody can say 100% till evidence is found. And right now, the only evidence we have is that she is gone. So you gotta be careful. That's just where we stand. Not to say everybody's going to do that and everybody's going to handle things the way we do or look at it the way we do, but I mean, it's not our place to place judgment on anybody. We treat everybody with respect. And God, people have to answer to God when they do things wrong. So whoever did this, we pray that they're brought to justice. But for the right now, our focus is on Summer and finding her and bringing answers home. Oh, she has both channels. Who knows? Okay, thank you for letting me know that about Michelle After Dark. Okay, yeah, so I tuned into those. Thank you guys for clearing that up for me. Yeah, thank you, Judy Johnson, for picking up us. That's what we pray. That's what I want to talk about too. Before every search, before anything we do, we say a prayer, a group prayer, and we say, Lord, let this be the day that something happens, that we bring Summer home. Let this be the day she's found, and preferably found safe. That's what's important. Thank you, Lori Rogers. Thank you for being a part of our channel. We see. Thank you. We see you. Yeah. Okay. See. Yeah. But see here, those I will talk to Queenie about that even further. Those deers were really young. They were like not even spike bucks and does. They were young people. They poach them out of season and everything. Those, wasn't even near deer season when we found those. And so somebody was doing something and trying to hide. They looked like they had been dumping uh, deer carcasses there for a while. Hey, Mr. Positive, we'll pray for you at the end of this. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, buddy. Thank you for being over here and thank you for being a part of our channel. I've got some information too. Guys, thank Natasha for all the hard work she puts into this channel. She stands behind us and really, really puts in the work for us to figure out information. We're going to do that. We're going to do that giveaway to give back to some subscribers and some members. We're going to get some gift cards, some Visa gift cards, and we're going to do a drawing and give that back to you guys. I've been talking about, I want to try to get it to you guys before Christmas, at least probably before the end of this month. I was shooting for Black Friday before that, but I don't know if I can do it by then. But we're getting all the rules and how you have to do these things to do a giveaway and how you pick it fairly and have a drawing. But we're going to do that for you guys. And I think that for all the love you show us, we want to give back to you guys. So basically, we're going to pick, I think I'm going to get 4 or 5 gift cards. I'm going to pick 3 subscribers, a mod, and a member, or vice versa, some way in there. I haven't got that figured out all the way, but we're going to do. Terry, I will answer that for you. No, I never received any funds from that other channel for the flyers. Never received anything. We reached out and asked about that, but never heard anything back about that. And that's okay. I don't want anything from anybody. I don't need anybody's money, anything. That's how we stand. We don't ask for anybody for anything. And she offered that. They ran that the super chats and stuff for that, but we never heard anything back from it. And that's okay. Because it's more of a headache to go through certain things sometimes like that. And I'm just trying to be truthful about it. Valid Innocent says, do you think posting about trace labs puts Summer in possibly more danger? No, I don't. No, I don't, because it should make people uh, to wake up. And if you've seen the things that are happening around here with that human trafficking bust that happened in Sullivan County, let's remember Beach Creek is in Sullivan County. Half of it is. Um, they law enforcement and everybody is waking up to the things, and I think they've been aware for it. I think law enforcement has been aware of it and working on it. Right when Summer first went missing, they had a bust in a neighboring county of a church and a youth minister that was mixed up in a trafficking sting that they did. There was 4 people that was just picked up in Sullivan County for another sting they did. I think that they're very aware of this and they're trying to make a stop of it. So I think it was very, that's the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. That's for the whole state, headquarters in Nashville. So, I think that the small towns and sheriffs and stuff, I don't know if they know about the problems that are really that's getting big around here. It's sad, it's scary, and I'm glad that some actions are being taken to stop these things. And if you've seen multiple missing children in this area in the past week, even in my town, there's been some stuff happening, and I live in a real small town, and it's just crazy. It's a lot. Thank you, Tennessee Nana, and that's what we're about. We're not going to point fingers or doing. We're just trying to do the right thing. Let's see here, guys. I'm going to try. I'm way behind here because I was talking and not looking at these. Let's see here. Thank you, K Noble. We appreciate that so much. Yeah, and guys, if you saw the terrain, when you look at that video, it doesn't give it justice. My wife tried to show the best that she could. We have actually been taking classes on how to do searches stuff properly, and we have been trained by some people that have really told us a lot, and we're handling stuff really well. But I mean, if you saw this terrain, it's straight up and down in some areas. Like my wife said, there is you can't really give it justice on these videos unless we're gonna get a high def camera to try to show you a 4K camera. We're saving up for that, and we're gonna get one, and we're gonna show you just what we're working with. Like it's straight up and down, and you have tree fall, deadfall, trees with the whole root system up, and up in the air, and it's hard to get up around that. You take a wrong step, the ground slides out from under. You got to be very careful. And I'll just speak on experience, or speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for anybody else. But yesterday, on one of them, it's easy to get turned around. You have to be careful unless you're paying attention to every step you take and what direction you're going. It's easy to get turned around up there and not know where you're at when everything looks the same and it's drop offs on both sides. It's very, very scary. So we're getting GPS trackers to go on our backpacks to know exactly where we are. It'll send out a beacon if you get lost, even if you're out of service. I think these GPS trackers have a satellite tracker on them. That way, uh, if you get lost, you hit that beacon, it sends out and it shows you the law enforcement or search parties exactly where you are, so they can come and pick you up. It's good things. We carry a compass, moss. We carry compass in our backpacks. Moss only grows on the north side of a tree. There's good things that you got to know about the terrain. It's good to be very, very knowledgeable of what you're getting into before you go up in there. That's why I do understand why law enforcement only wants people. You can't just send anybody up in there. They want you to be careful because then it's a liability. You get lost. You go on to private property owners' property. You When you go up on a private property, you sign a release saying that they're not responsible for it. There's a lot of liabilities you have to go over before you go up in there. People, we carry two-way walkie-talkies with the people we're with. If we split up, one group has one, the other group has one. Especially up in the mountains, it's very good to be prepared. Let's see here. Music City Mom said she talked to H. Wow. This is going fast. Let me see if I can answer this. Thank you too, Cindy Armstrong. We try to keep it that way. We're not going to have drama over here, and just know there's somebody that was we thought was close to us, and people watch for us, and uh, people, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to say this correctly without being this way, but I just we try to be straight up with everybody, and I come to somebody with an issue, and we try to talk it out. We just ask, don't go run to a public platform and talk smack about somebody unless you want, let's be adults. Let's come talk to somebody that you have an issue with first. That's all I want to say about that. That's how you're supposed to be in this life. I hope that makes sense. No, okay, Music City Mom. I was like, wow, I didn't know I saw that, and I was like, wow. Thank you, True Crime with Libby. That's what we stand on. I don't like, if let's not give talk about people, Poe. If you have a personal issue with somebody, come speak to them. Come talk to them. Call them. Text them. I promise you, if you have an issue, I'll talk to you about it. Promise you that. Let's see here. I don't know. I can't speak for TBI. It's three hearts for me. Let's see here. I can't speak for TBI, and they don't speak to us. They collect evidence. They don't give evidence. They only release what they want to. That's why I can't answer for anything law enforcement does. All I can tell you is anything that we do, us and our fellow searchers, TBI, or uh, sorry, private investigators, we send over anything that we find, anything that is little, big, major, small to them. Then they assess it, and then they let you know, or they don't let you know, but they will either tell you if it's cleared or not. So then they move on past that. Yeah, that's right. Aaron Chase, thank you for saying that. That is true. You go and speak to that person alone. You don't have to make a big scene out of it. That's for sure. Yes, this is true. I didn't want to go off on that tangent. It's just something that was bothering me from today. Well, Libby, the thing about this is though they say that they can't rule it out either. So I mean, pretty much saying this could be or it couldn't be. We don't have answers either way. They don't rule it out. There still is an active Amber Alert for summer, which is I think guidelines of abduction is in there. So we got to weigh all of that in, and I don't think it hurts to be out looking for you have evidence, you have anything that could be in these woods. There was things that were skated over in the very beginning of this with the footprint thing. um the scent was picked up. We actually found an article where Sheriff Lawson had confirmed that was I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna get that sent to me, and I will post that. I will try to put it in the community section because I read that today. Yeah, and these are walking. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go over that here in a minute. It's 33 minutes in, Libby. I did see that, and I'm getting ready to go over the whole TBI thing, their update from today, and what they put out. I'm going to share my screen in just a minute, and we're going to go over everything they said. Mama Dust, how far away from the footprint is? It's on a property that is out near. I don't know the exact length, and I don't know if I can disclose that, but it's in the area that she could have possibly. Her scent was picked up there. That's confirmed. So, let me see if I can actually find that, and I will read over that uh, real quick. Give me just 1 second, and I will find that. Kay Shelton said, any idea why they never mention the reward money on the news? I don't know. I think they are going to. I think that they were talking about when they do this story coming up on the 9th or 11th or 12th. What is today? Gosh, it's okay. Today's the 10th. So tomorrow and Friday. So thank you, Libby, for becoming a member. I appreciate that so much. Uh, Let me find that real quick. That article. Give me just a second, guys. I know we're sitting here on this live stream, and I think it was new. So, hold on, buddy.
You're able to charge it.
Okay, thank you.
Now because it's.
Did the battery die on it?
Yeah, it didn't go on. I think we made a bit too many.
Yeah, I told you not to run my batteries out. It's okay.
Daddy,
I'll get new
if
ones.
I do this, I'll do this.
Yep. Sorry, he's telling me about shadow puppets. Give me 1 minute. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm trying to pull this up, and they tell me about my flashlight batteries running out and them doing shadow puppets. And let's see here. Let me read this real quick, and then I'll see if it's something I can share. Okay. This is something that was put out on Reddit, and this was from the landowner. And I will talk, so give me just a second to share my screen, and I will show this real quick. Oh, thank you. He is very sweet. He's a good kid. He is very smart, and he is in the advanced learning in the STAR program. We're very, very proud of him. He's a good kid. Actually, Kaz, there is I'm gonna get Chasing Truth to send me that. She read a thing right here. Tell me if you can see this. Let me see here. Close that. This was a Reddit post, and it was a screenshot from the neighbor about the footprints. Okay, it said I was informed by deputies to make sure when I post anything, excuse me, just make sure when I post anything to make sure I explain it in full detail so there was no way anyone could misinterpret it. Someone got confused over me calling a footprint physical evidence and blew their phone lines up thinking it was new evidence. So I'm being very precise here. Two footprints, child size barefoot, not my kids' prints, one on my land, one on a neighbor's that doesn't want their name or location mentioned. I do not want my location shown either. Search dogs barked on my land. Deputies asked me questions about my kid's shoe sizes. I asked if the dog's barking meant if it was her scent. He said yes. Oh man. Sorry, I zoomed in a little bit here. Let me see if I can. Okay. A little better there. Dog's bark meant it was her scent. He said yes. Said it has to be a recent print. Left after she disappeared. Informed him my kids are never barefoot in the woods. Prints were about 3/4 of a mile or so apart. The print in my yard was behind a ridge, so not where we would have seen anyone. Next print was farther up a ridge, near another neighbor's house. Not sure which print was left first, so no clue which direction she was going. Um, that right there. Now there's an article too that I'm gonna find, and I will get that sent uh, to me, and I will go over that, or I will put it in the community post. The man said that deputy said if you're going to post something, you do it precisely. So he's already been in contact with them, and then he goes on and explains that and says, "Does that mean if a dog barks, that's her scent?" Yes. Um, no, we're not talking Terry. We're not talking about JS. We are talking about another neighbor that. Okay, JS is where the scream was. I still find it. I mean, Deputy Sheriff Lawson said it's unfounded, but it's not just her saying she heard it. It's her and her two kids that heard that. I just don't believe that you can say that's unfounded to say three people didn't hear something. That's all I'll say about that. Now, this is another. Okay, I just read that. I don't know game on. I just read everything on that Reddit thing right there. That was the property owner. He said he did not want his location known, and I can't put that information out. But I mean that LOL, I don't mess with much. Sorry, I just thought that was Cam, is it possible that sneakers and socks by the trail on Will's property trail could have she have had them on and were taken off of her feet? I don't know about that. I have no idea. That's a good question, but I don't know about that. Um, as far as all I know is the report from law enforcement said she was barefoot. Same as saying she's not in water too, Martine. Yeah. It's not criticizing law enforcement. It's not saying anything. It's saying why. Why was that said? Why is this not said? Why? That's just why. That's a big statement to make, and you just want to know why sometimes. And I mean, I'm human too. We're all going to ask why. We're all going to ask, why can you, how can you say that? Why, how, what, when, where? Basically. Yeah, that's true, Helen Fackler. It's not Jody Sue. This was talking about this neighbor said he completely got destroyed when he came out with this, so he just didn't say anything else about it. And can you blame him? We see how mean people are on social media and on the internet. Do you blame the guy? I don't. I wouldn't have said nothing else about it either. I would have been like, it's not even worth me even saying these things to try to help because I'm getting attacked for it. Has that ridge line been very thoroughly checked, Cam? Yeah, I believe it's in the process of that. And I think that, I mean, it was at the time of her. That's what they're saying. That's what he's saying. That law enforcement was there. They were on his property. They found these things, so they were checked, and that's how they came across this stuff and found it. So I believe yes, it has been thoroughly checked. Sorry, I was thinking completely wrong there. Yeah, they knew that. Yeah, basically, I want. This is good, and I think. Excuse me. How they can say a scream someone heard they didn't hear. Also, they need to say even though there is no sign of abduction or wandering off, it is possible. They need to say it is both a possibility. Yeah, I think that's more of a better answer. Yeah, and as far I don't, it's very dangerous to criticize law enforcement. You can ask questions and you can ask, why, what, they don't have to answer you though. That's the thing, and you got to be careful, especially if you live in an area that what you say about them, because if you say, you have to still live here, you unless you want to be pulled over every time you go to the store or something, you got to be very careful. Nothing we've ever seen. Yeah, that has. Let's see. Texas Chaos, you've missed a lot. You're probably going to have to go back and watch this one from the beginning. We've talked about a lot so far. So we're going to pull up. Let's see here. we're going to go over next is what the TBI put out. We're going to go over it word for word, and then we'll be done. Project Innocence. I got a license and insured. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly, Mama Doss. That's right. And when I find that, I will get that. I will get that interview or that news article that was read to me earlier with confirmation of the footprints and stuff, and I will, because that's the stuff that's important. That's what I said. Let's go back to the beginning and work our way through again. That's what's important. Everything that we need to know is back there, back in June 15th, moving forward. That's of 2021. That's where we have everything that we need to. I have not heard about that right here. I have not. That's something to look into, though. I have not heard that. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Natasha. I can't remember. Yeah, thank you for saying that, Natasha. She said, I'm not law enforcement, not TBI. I can't answer where they have searched, etc. I don't know. As far as law enforcement, I can't speak for them. I don't know exactly what they've done, anything. I can't tell where I have searched or where we have done, because that's not my place to do so. Thank you, Tammy Rosenberry. Thank you, True Crime with Libby. Yeah, it is very fishy, Casey Smith. That is. Let me see here. Sorry. Is this another one? Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have another missing child in Tennessee right now. And so I wanted to bring this to attention right now. But while we're on a live, we have 400 people in here. Let's talk about this because it's important. The children are believed to be with Jamisha Thomas, who is wanted by Memphis Police Department on kidnapping and aggravated child abuse charges. Jamisha is 25 years old, 5'9", 159 pounds, with blonde hair and brown eyes. Let me see if you can see this. This is her. If you've seen her, report if they're running with a child. Let me pull up the next one. And I will post this to the community section as well. Okay, an Amber Alert has been issued on behalf of the Memphis Police Department for Kamaya Veasley, 11 months old, Chance Veasley, 3 years old, Jemiah Thomas, 8 years old, and Mariah Thomas, 10 years old. They were last seen on October 5th. We are working to obtain a photo of Chance. This is sad, guys. Right here. These are these children. Guys, what's going on in Tennessee? What's going on? What's going on in the world right now? Evil, man. The evil. We got the Astro World concert that came out. They said that there was just the you know the visuals that they had on stage was just pure evil. 8 people died at this concert. They just had, it just looked very demonic there. We're gonna do a lot. We're gonna try to do some information on that too. This world has gotten crazy. Um, if you guys haven't looked into that, look up the Astro World concert and everything that's going on. That stuff is crazy. We got the October 5th just now issued an Amber Alert. I don't know. I guess that's their criteria. I just got that sent to me, and I don't know when it was. I don't know the specifics of it. Let me see when it was issued. 2 minutes ago. If you have any tips to that case, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Again, look that up, guys. Y'all have, I will put it in the community section. It's insane. There may be an issue on Facebook's end. Sorry, something's happening here on my stream. I hope that didn't mess anything up, guys. Yeah, this world is getting crazy. You know, this was an area, and when I grew up, this area was somewhere that you didn't have to lock your doors. You slept with your windows open. You did Project of Innocent. I'm agreeing with you here. You know, we could do. We could do whatever we wanted. It was safe. Your kids could play outside. I got to roam the woods, neighborhood, play, do whatever. And my mom, I knew I was okay, and we got to play. As long as you're with your friends, y'all stay together. You didn't have to worry about this kind of stuff. What's happening? Email cracking kid. Yeah, remember this, guys. Thank you, Natasha, for putting that up. And we will always put out any information on missing children, missing person. Let us know about it. We'll put it out. Guys, I've got your emails. Thank you for sending over stuff. We're going to go over, we're doing a video for Richard Honaker, if you saw his. You know, that's another sad case. We're going to be looking into that one really in depth. So we got been on here 51 minutes. I don't want to take a lot of people's time up. So we're going to go over the TBIs. What they stated today. Remember, we use everything in here has been used under the Fair Use Act for entertainment, education purposes only. I have to say that before I do anything. It's in the description. You can find anything that we used on this live stream in the description below. I'm going to put I will add the Reddit stream that I showed just a minute ago about the footprints. That'll be in the description below, and this with the search warrant we'll be using not the search warrant. What in the world? It says TBI search warrants executed. This thing about the TBI and what they talked about today. It'll be in the description below. So let me share my screen and we'll pull this up right now. Okay. TBI search warrants executed, potential digital evidence collected in search for Summer Wells. Okay, Hawkins County, Tennessee. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, TBI, announced Wednesday afternoon that the agency has seen a rise in the online spread of misinformation regarding the search for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells. The TBI tweeted that the agency is doing everything within their power to find Summer, adding that the lack of answers and developments in this case is frustrating to all investigators who continue the search. This is their tweet right here. We've noticed an uptick in misinformation being spread online about the search for 5-year-old Summer Wells, who went missing from her home in Hawkins County in June. We want to be clear that we're doing everything within our power to find her. Let's see. Pictures of law enforcement search efforts were released in the series of TBI tweets showing the Wells family rural beach creek home surrounded by elevated rough terrain and dense woods. We continually work daily with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office and the FBI in Knoxville to determine what happened to Summer. No one is more frustrated than us by the lack of answers at this stage. However, we haven't given up and we won't. That was says 2-6. I think they're just showing everything that they've put out. Here's the pictures of them with a dive team in a pond. So they did do some dives here at certain areas that were important to them. In addition to exhaustive ground searches, dozens of aerial searches have been conducted. Dive teams were brought in to explore waterways in the area, and canine teams specialized in a variety of search methods have been utilized. So they're talking about these ponds, some ponds and stuff in the area that they deemed were necessary. I think that the Nita Diver is talking about, they're doing all of them. All of them. Any one of them that they can find, some of them that aren't on maps, some of them that aren't on Google Maps, Google Earth, that you can't see at all, that are hidden by trees. They're covering all that. The TBI also stated they have executed multiple search warrants and have collected potential digital evidence. So they're, and I think this is the parts that you guys are talking about. They digital evidence when they executed their search warrants to get the information off phones, anything that they had and could get from potential suspects. And you remember that they said everybody involved around Summer disappearance was a suspect. Nobody has been cleared. The areas where Summer went missing is extremely rural with few businesses. All available surveillance photos and videos have been collected and reviewed. Okay, so additionally, neighborhood canvasses were conducted in an effort to make sure we didn't miss any residential cameras. While we do not discuss specifics about evidence gathered in an ongoing investigation, I'll read that again. While we do not discuss specifics about evidence gathered in an ongoing investigation, we can tell you that numerous search warrants have been executed and any potential digital evidence has been collected. This includes social media accounts. The agency asks that the public avoid posting speculation and stick to the facts, all of which can be found on the TBI's Summerwell's newsroom webpage. So, guys, go there. TBI Summerwell's newsroom webpage. Summerwells was reported missing from her home in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County on June 15th. Months later, she remains missing, but the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office says the case remains a priority. Investigators continue to follow up on tips. Okay, gag order placed on case involving Wells family children in state custody. The Amber Alert lists the following details for Summer. Age 5, sex female, race white, hair blonde, eyes blue, height 3 foot, weight 40 pounds, missing from Rogersville, Tennessee. There's all this basic information um that was on the Amber Alert. Join News Channel 11 on Thursday for in-depth coverage of where the Summer Wells case stands. So, guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow and be looking for that, along with coverage of Don and Candace Wells' appearance on Dr. Phil's show November 11th and 12th. So, we'll go over that. I wanted to make sure we get over that. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Sorry I knocked my green screen out of whack there. I have got to fix that thing. It's getting bad. Um, yeah, we have to be careful. That's what we got to be careful about speculation. We got to be careful about information that we put out and say that it's saying that she's here, she's there, or she's okay, or she's not. That that has to be taken very carefully and put out. And that's everybody makes mistakes, and I'm not saying anything wrong about anybody, but we just have to be careful. That's why I've made numerous videos in the past saying let's be very careful. Yeah, exactly. Lenny, that's very true. Very true. Very true. And you notice what they said about I'll go in more depth about that later, but if you notice what they said about areas around the Beach Creek community, there's not many businesses. There's not any down there. There's no businesses that I know of in that area, but they did get home surveillance and stuff like that. Now, as far as the timeline, we're talking about, it's not even hot. We're talking about Kingsport and the timeline stuff. Now, there was reports made that the Walgreens said that nobody came in there and pulled their footage. That's what Walgreens told. I think it was Nerdy Addict, that Twitter account said that they didn't, nobody come and collected that footage, but maybe they had ways of getting that footage It depends if that footage was on the internet. Maybe law enforcement could pull that from somewhere else. If it was part of the internet, they just get a warrant and pull their footage that way without having to go. But as far as that's what Walgreens said. Now, there was another place on the timeline. I'm not giving out the establishment name because that's not my place to do it. They said nobody came in there to pick their footage up either. But that doesn't mean it wasn't taken. Uh, but they did state that, and there was other things, but that's not my place to put that stuff out. Lisa Martin, what time is Dr. Phil coming on, please? It'll be tomorrow. It's a 2-part series. I have the links for that. I will put that in the community section. They were sent to me by the PR person over the Wells, and I will put that on in my community section. You can go to findsummerwells.com, and he has that information there too. I will put his link in the description too when I get done. Yes, thank you, Denise Stokes. We're kind to everybody. We treat everybody with dignity and respect. That's what God wants us to do, and that's how we'll be. We believe in innocent until proven guilty, till evidence points that way. If evidence goes either one way or the other, we go where the evidence goes. I have to say that every time because it gets. I mean, you wouldn't believe the hateful comments we get. It's just because we believe in innocent and until proven guilty and treating people kindly does not mean that we agree with every action somebody makes or does. I mean, people are people. That doesn't mean that we have to stand behind everything. We're just saying let's be fair. Let's stand behind the what our Constitution stands behind. The rights we have as Americans, that we are innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. That's fair. That's what our country was built on. And I think that's very, very very, very important that we don't let that slip away because that's all of our rights. Hey, Candy Bowers. Give me a 1 if you agree with that I just said. Give me a 1 in the chat. I would like to interact with y'all. If you agree that our country was built on principles of innocent until proven guilty, and that we have the right to stand trial and prove our innocence or guilt, and that we have to be very careful to not let those rights slip away from us as a nation. Then if you don't believe in that, then we're headed in a bad path that we're going to lose our rights as Americans to be able to have these. Thank you guys. That's a lot of ones, and we appreciate that. That's 350 people in here. That's this, and we have to treat people with respect. I mean, how would you want to be treated? And if you were in this situation, let's think about that. We have to treat people with respect. How would you want to be treated if you were in this same situation? You would want people to look into everything before they pass judgment on you, and you would like, and that's a judge that ultimately has that right. Yeah, Casey Smith, that's very true. But we did take the land from the Indians. But I'm just saying, and that's not right. But I'm saying what our Constitution says for us as Americans is we have that right. That's what we're talking about. Okay, one eye open, but still, that's a court and our police. That's thank you guys. Thank you for understanding what I'm saying. It's not an argument. It's just basically saying that we have to treat people with respect. You will find out a lot more by being respectful and treating people with common courtesy and treating people as you would want to be treated than going after them with with pitchforks and torches. You're not, you get more what does it say? You catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. Thank you guys. I went over this. I thought this was a good live. Thank you guys for being a part of it. We appreciate you. I'll speak for my wife Allie. She loves you guys, appreciates you, and I hope I covered everything. I will add these things into the you know I'll add all these links into the description. Let me see if I'm not wanting to pass anybody up, guys. Candy Bowers, that's not what we're saying. Yeah, what is the? Am I lost on something? No, we're not saying any of that's right. But we're saying let's wait for evidence to point that way before we, you have to wait for everything. You have to it's, I don't know. I think anybody that watches us knows what I'm saying when I say that. So thank you guys for understanding. Yeah, you can't, and nobody is asking anybody to respect some of the actions and the things people have done. Nobody's saying that. But you have to treat people how you would want to be treated. That's just common thing. It's what we're taught as a child. When we are little and we're growing up, you want to treat people how you would want to be treated. During times of high stress and turmoil in your life, would you not want somebody to at least treat you with respect? You don't know what they're going through. We don't know anything. Like I said, we know that she is gone and that we are going to work to find her. That's the whole thing. If you relate to this live, that's what I talked about at the beginning. I don't want to have to kill and keep explaining myself, guys. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. We appreciate you. We love you. We're going to pray and we're going to get out of here. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the ability to have this platform, Lord. I ask that you just lead my wife and I in anything that we say and what we put out, Lord. Let us always be respectful and have integrity with what we do, Lord. We ask that you put a hedge of protection around Summer, Lord. We ask that she gets brought home safe. We ask that you protect her, and we ask that you just bring answers to this, Lord. And we ask that whoever is responsible for this act, if anybody, that they are found guilty and that they are brought to justice. These things are not these things are not going to happen. We're not going to stand for it in this nation. Let us all step up and say that we're not going to stand for this. And these people are not going to get away with hurting these children and hurting people. And Lord, we just ask that we bring answers to all these cases. Lord, let's look in our backyards. Let's look what we have going wrong around us. Let's and make sure that we're aware of what our children are doing daily. Keep them by our side. Let's never take for granted what you blessed us with in the form of a child or family member. Lord, let us always have a loving embrace on them and not take it for granted. Again, Lord, we appreciate everything you do in our lives. Thank you for the breath you put in our lungs. Thank you for the ability to get up and walk, Lord, and if Lord, or just to get up out of bed every morning and have life. Lord, just keep us with peace and in our hearts, and let us always look to you for guidance. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Thank you, guys. Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice, but justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. We will see you next time.